if...
Yeah, I said I feel like it could be. Like, I mean, obviously it depends on the situation, but yeah.
Okay. If he doesn't want his girlfriend to go out to bars and clubs and parties.
I feel like some scenarios would be very, like, valid and, like, understandable, but,
Sure.
like, I'm sure some scenarios are also pure insecurity.
Okay. Well, so I would say this, what I think, and I've heard this from a few women, you know, they'll say, oh, that's insecure. That's insecurity. What you call insecurity, I call having a boundary. So I think it's just a boundary.
And I think that's completely fine if a guy's like, hey, look, I have a boundary and I don't want you going out at all. And, like, that's where I'm going to draw the line. And, like, if you don't want to be with me, then you don't want to be with me. And I feel like it's completely fine for the girl or someone else to be like, okay, well, then I don't want to be with you. And that's where we have different boundaries, and that's completely fine.
Sure.
And, like, I appreciate you setting a boundary, but I'm not going to go for it.
Especially the culture at this age, like, a lot of people go out on the weekends. So if you're not part of that, you're just... It's like, what are you doing? If it's not for a reason that he wants to be with you outside of the party, he just expects you to sit at home alone when everyone else is out, like, socializing.
Or with him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he wants time with you, I feel like that's totally valid.
Right, but perhaps there's a weekend he can't hang out, but he still doesn't, you know.
But he wants you just to quit all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just to have a relationship between the two of you, not really having other people.
Well, you can have friends, but
they're all going out together.
Well, with these environments, people go out to parties, people go out to clubs, people go out to bars. Perhaps not the full and exclusive reason, but a big reason is to meet people.
For sure.
They're quite literally social gatherings.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you just wanted to hang out with your girlfriends, you could just, and I know, look, some girls do this, but why not just get a bottle of wine, hang out at your house? It's warm, it's safe, it's comfortable, and just hang out. Also, if there was like I mean, I could be wrong, but most women who are single would not go to a bar if it was like only women in the bar.
Oh, I would. 100%.
Come
No,
on.
I literally saw something on my For You page or like on TikTok the other day where it's like we threw an all-girls party and it was like a band was playing and it was just all girls. I feel like that'd be really fun, like just to go for your outfits.
I think some of you might be bi, so maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing.
Yeah.
But I would say a lot of... here we go.
Dragon
Thank you, Dragon.
1001 super chatted $50. Did it ever occur to any of you that he is trying to protect you from getting into bad situations that will kill your relationship?
So, I mean, my recommendation to men is just don't be in a serious relationship with a woman who doesn't realize the importance of limiting their own behavior to protect the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, if you respect your partner, you don't engage in activities essentially designed for single people.
But I think that the bar and nightlife is just part of young people's culture. I mean, I wish it wasn't. I wish more people weren't drinking so much, and I wish there was more like outdoor activities to do. But like in New York City, that's the main things to do. You don't go on hikes. So if everyone else is doing it, I feel like going out once in a while is just like it's not something that's going to kill your relationship. Like, you could be put in situations where a guy comes up to you and flirts with you because, yes, but that can happen anywhere. I mean, I get approached at the doctor. So you can, as a girl, you can be approached anywhere by a guy flirting with you.
Yes, that's true.
What about if you're in her situation where she's sober?
Yeah.
She's very well aware, and it's just a general question. She's very well aware of her surroundings. She's very well aware of what's going on around her. Would a guy feel more comfortable if their girlfriend, wife, fiance, significant other was sober? Would that be a difference?
It helps a bit. I mean, me personally, I really don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't go to bars. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to parties. So just on that one metric alone, I want reciprocity in a partner. But I mean, it's definitely a pro for me if a girl like doesn't drink or drinks in moderation, drinks rarely. But it's better than her going to the club and getting fucking tanked. But it's still, for me, it's still a little bit like iffy, you know? So yeah. But you mentioned like you get hit on at the doctor, right? Like I'm sure, I don't know if any of you go to like Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
maybe you get approached. I don't know if you've been approached.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Mhm.
right? You've been
Yeah,
approached at
multiple
TJ's.
times.
Okay. So yeah, you can like, I wouldn't say like, oh, you can't go to Trader Joe's in case some guy hits on you. It has to do specifically with these very, very specific environments, which there's alcohol involved. There's partying, there's drugs. People do go to these environments, both men and women, not all of them, but do go to these environments with the intention of maybe hooking up, maybe getting laid, maybe meeting somebody. Whereas nobody goes to Trader Joe's on Tuesday at 3 p.m. like, man, I really hope like I meet a dude at fucking Trader Joe's. Like, no, you don't have that intention in mind. But if you go to a bar and a club and you're single, like there's somewhere in the back of your mind where it's like, oh, I might meet like a really hot guy tonight. Like there is that component to it. And even if there's not, there's a much greater likelihood that, well, it's not a likelihood, it's almost a certainty if you go to a party, bar, or club, that a guy's going to hit on you. A guy's going to approach you. So even if you're in a relationship, like guys are still going to hit on you, and you could potentially be put in a compromising position. Also, I don't think any girl has ever gone to Trader Joe's and gotten finger banged by some random hot dude she met in the frozen food section.
Well, I'm hoping people in relationships aren't going to bars and getting finger banged in the bathroom. I mean,
No, but the difference between like Trader Joe's, like going out to Trader Joe's and going out to a bar or club is, for example, if you're single, bro, I've seen some shit. I'm sure you guys have seen some
Yeah,
shit at
obviously.
parties.
Yeah.
People fucking on couches in the middle of the party.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen some crazy shit at parties, bars, and clubs. So people ain't like, it ain't going down at Trader Joe's at 3 p.m.
my father goes to Trader Joe's to pick up
get some
women.
pussy?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, well, your dad's a fucking legend. Good for him.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's just such a, bars, clubs, and parties are such specific environments where people go with the perhaps anticipation that they're going to meet someone. And I would also add to this,